Alright, so what I have here is my sensor at the very end of these long leaded wires. So the sensor is this little itty bitty thing right here, which is really hard to focus with this camera. Attached to it is an electromagnet, which is nothing more than a big old heavy weight right now. I'll tell you why I need the heavy weight in a minute. And then so the leads go around and come back to this circuit board here, which I have hooked up to be a special sensing circuit. That then plugs into this, which is an oscilloscope, which will give a signal read. So I'm going to try and get these two in the same view. And before I go any further, the reason I added the electromagnet is for a mass. If it didn't have the mass, the sensor itself would move up and down so rapidly and be so sensitive to everything that it would pick up everything and basically max out all the time. So it really would be difficult to get a good sensor reading off of it. Right now, because there's a much bigger mass on it, it kind of makes it more gentle in its movement, so that it's much harder to accelerate that shock sensor and get a reading out of it, which is what we're after, because it's so sensitive that I had to desensitize it in a way. It still is really sensitive, but I'll kind of show you the results here, which I kind of bumped into it before. So all I have to do is barely tap it, and you'll see the reading coming out on the display. So keep in mind that it's still very noisy. You can see that it has a damped motion because of the big mass on it. So that's what you see when it kind of slowly rises back up after the noise is done. But yeah, so it's not a very clean signal still. I've tried to clean it up some. I've tried to clean the signal up some, but I don't know how effective that is. So we can talk about if we want to pursue this path or not. It does seem to work, and there might be solutions around or getting around how sensitive it is, and we can discuss that too. Otherwise, we could discuss something else as well. Alright, I think that's about it, so I'll end here.